Katie and I were married in July of 2009. At that time, Katie moved to Dallas to be with me. And we decided that we wanted to start our family about a year later. Little did we know that that was the first of many that God would show us that it's not about our timeline, but about His.
Shortly after that, I noticed that something was wrong, and I went to the doctor and was quickly diagnosed with uterine abnormalities and PCOS. We started medication, and after a few months of trying that, we were still unsuccessful. Shortly after, Monroe's job brought us back to South Carolina. We moved here in the summer or fall of 2012, and one of the first things we did was make an appointment with Dr. Miller at the Fertility Center of the Carolinas. After meeting with him, he believed that our problem was hypothalamus dysfunction and that my brain was not signaling my body to make the correct hormones. He also thought that it was really important that I have surgery to correct my uterine abnormalities. So we did that in November, and he was able to correct that, but also found endometriosis. After healing from that, we started IUI, and we did 3 rounds of IUI, and were all unsuccessful.
So that got us to about a year ago.
Last summer.
Mm-hmm. And Katie and I, at this point, we knew this was kind of, it was a very low point for both of us because we've been through so much, and here we are. One of the things that about Katie is when I first met her, she was the type of person that really, more than anything, cared about children. And she was a nanny, and her interaction with children was like something that I'd never seen before. And so with that always in the back of my mind, I'm thinking to myself, God's not going to put that desire in her heart unless that's something that he's gonna bless us with. And so I've always sat back and kind of known that things were going to work out. And on the other hand, Katie, it was like a death for her, going through this over and over again. So we've prayed about it a lot, and we decided that as long as God was still giving us that desire to have children, that we were going to do all we could to make it happen.
And I was fearful about starting the IVF process. Just you hear so much about how hard it is emotionally and physically, and Monroe and I had already been through the ringer and just kept having negative result after negative result. And so it took a lot of prayer and a lot of counseling from family and friends and from our doctor to finally get us to that point where we were committed to move forward with IVF. So last July, we completed our first round of IVF, and we were successful, and we had a positive pregnancy test at home, and it was such a high and something that we had both prayed for years at this point. About 10 days after the transfer of embryos, I went into the doctor for blood work to confirm that we were, yes, indeed pregnant, and very quickly received a call from Dr. Miller telling us that the pregnancy hormone was not climbing quickly enough and that we would most likely lose that pregnancy. For me, that was really, truly the lowest point. To receive that positive test, to feel the feelings that I had, to have gone through the journey of IVF. It's a hard process physically and emotionally. And to lose that pregnancy so quickly was just really a low point for me. So after that, from that first round, we had frozen embryos left, and we did another transfer of embryos in this past November, and found out the day before Thanksgiving that it was unsuccessful.
So let's see, that was November. We took a little break through the holiday, and we started back, I guess, in January of this year. And we were successful in getting more embryos. But Dr. Miller thought it would be best that instead of just rushing to, get the process started and doing the implantation, that we take a few months and actually do a biopsy on Katie's uterus to make sure that it wasn't something physically that she could not carry a child. So we did that, and that was a big test for us, I think, because it was something that was either going to come back and say, okay, you're good to go, or say, you'll never be able to carry children. And when you get news of either or, it's nerve-wracking, because you know that it's gonna be the end of something, or unless the Lord opens up another door. And we wouldn't be sitting here today if that news had come back positive, I don't think. So it came back, and unfortunately Katie cannot carry a child. And so really the only route that's left is surrogacy. And we believe strongly that life begins at conception. And I know that's a debatable topic, but that's where we personally stand. And we have perfectly good embryos. So our choice was, you could either discard them, or which we weren't going to do, or put them in Katie, which we knew was a very practically 0% chance of success. So that left us with the option to doing surrogacy, and we're excited about it. It's scary because we've come this far, and the Lord says He'll give us the desires of our heart, and the more and more that we go through it, it seems like the more and more we want children. But the Lord's telling us, look, it's and we feel like we have it figured out, and got the calendar out, and we should be pregnant by this date or this date, and it doesn't work. And so the Lord's just continually taught us that we have to trust in Him, and the Lord has taught us that, it says in the Bible, trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into your own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He'll direct your paths. So I believe Katie and I feel very strongly that He is in control, and you all have helped us out tremendously as far as encouragement, and most importantly prayer, and we don't discount that at all. Katie and I, to this point, have the Lord's provided, and we believe that He'll continue to provide as long as He has us on this journey. So thank you all for watching this video, and if you can help us in any way, we would love to be able to share in this together. But if anything, we just ask for your prayer support, and look forward to getting good results, hopefully here in the next few months on the Lord's time and not ours. So, anything else?
No, I think that just thank you to every single person that has prayed for us, and I continuously receive letters in the mail and emails, just kind words from everybody, and that has meant so much. And on my days where I feel that I can't keep going, it's always just a ray of sunshine. And keep the prayers coming. They are first and foremost most important. So thank you for everything.